missed this lesson, and I thought we should share in it a little bit. What is the importance of this world's connection with idols? Now, when I talk about idols, you notice in the Catholic Church they have all these different symbols. You notice even in your Catholic Church they have what you would call rosary beads, something like that, right? They call it rosary beads. In it, you know, it's a compilations of different stones, usually linked into a cross. Why do people reverence substance and have a worship linked to physical things like wood and stone and metal? We found out, according to the scriptures and according to this world, why. I'm going to get hope of that, because a lot of the information we'll be teaching in the academy. So I don't want to bring it all out, because we want to make sure we ration it out and give you the information as we can receive it. But in a nutshell, it's pretty deep. The reason they have these idols attached to every religion. In Islam, you have the rock or the Kaaba. In the Middle East, you have all types of different idols. In ancient Babylon, you had idols. The Roman Catholic Church is filled with idols. You go into your church, and there's symbolism and idols every place. And there was an origin of idols. So let's go to the book of Enoch. We're going into the book of Enoch, and then I'll take you into the Bible and the Apocrypha to show you why the nations, superstition, and their idols go. And don't forget, Abraham himself, his father Terah was an idolater. All right? So I'm going to show you, according to scripture, why people hold dear to substance. See, it tells us in the commandments, Exodus 20, and he explicitly told his people not to make unto them anything that's in the heaven above or the earth beneath. There was a reason for that. What was the spiritual implication of that? Why did the Most High want Israel to stay away from those practices? We'll show you. Why is it that when it comes to substance, be it your ring or your earrings or your jewelry, why do you call it precious? Why do you hold dear to these things as if they have life and value material more than life itself? What is your spiritual connection to these things? I'm going to say this. Who is over your jewelry? What people is actually bringing jewelry to you? Why do they promote jewelry? Why this time of year, especially during the time of Christmas? Everything you see is about real. They would trap a genie, or what you would call in the Middle East a jinn. But they needed physical substance to do it. So you need something. You need earthy clay. You need something that's made of the Most High substance to hold these spirits with different incantations. This practice has been known through the Illuminati powers. That's why they deal with their symbolisms and they build their statues. This practice goes back to ancient Babylon, how to control spirits. And these Jewish powers are not just cutting diamonds. What they're doing, they're praying spirits in a lot of these materials and selling them to you. And you're making unto yourselves idols. But they promote it innocently. It's an innocent promotion, but really you're being controlled by a spirit. There's nothing more precious than the Most High's creation, than what He created, man. So, when the Most High said, do not make unto thee any graven image, He understood that these spirits would be prayed into these idols, and that people will reverence and hold dear other gods and substance opposed to Him as the God of all gods. All right? Now, I'm going into the origin of spirits. When did this thing come on the scene of demons in the earth? When did this happen? It happened before the flood. Go to Genesis, the 6th chapter. Genesis 6, and get the book of Jude 1 and 6 and 1 and 13. And get 2 Peter 2 and 4. And also get Job, the 1st chapter, the 6th verse. We wrestle not with flesh and blood. These Jewish powers are sorcerers. This is what you didn't know. The Jewish powers are over the Illuminati. Their secret credo, like I've mentioned the other day in class, their secret credo is to continue their father's Esau's oath he made in Genesis. Once his father died, he would destroy his brother Jacob. That's the secret oath. And that's what they're teaching with the genocide program. The only difference is it's a war being waged against Israel, and Israel don't know who they are. Therefore, they don't know that they're being warred against. So we need to get the origin of this. These people that are over the world, over the bank system, over your thought, over your education, over your religion, that own your banks, these people are sorcerers. You notice their movies, they push sorcery big time. Gandalf, Lords of the Rings, Harry Potter, these wizards. They have many wizards. I know a lot of you think that this war against Iraq and Iran, some of you think that these wars are just physical wars. Take the spirit and control the spirit of a territory. And they know this before you can take the land. Before they went into the palace of Saddam Hussein and found genie bottles, spirits that gave Saddam Hussein power. They had to take his spirits to control the region. Hierarchy, or the spiritual rabbis and sorcerers, they were in ancient Babylon. They were in Iraq learning ancient witchcraft practices in 1948 before they flooded Israel with Europeans. Do your research. They've cast a spell on the world. They have cast a spell. Why? Through manipulation, education, through programming, they were able to hide and reflect and deflect the blame. This is what they did. Some people don't even know that Christopher Columbus wasn't from Spain. You relate the fall of black people or slavery, most of us relate that to Christian Europeans that came over to the New World. That couldn't be further from the truth. Christopher Columbus was only in Spain 5 years. Christopher Columbus was Jewish. George Washington, Jewish. Benjamin Franklin, Jewish. So this one world order that we're talking about, none of the founding fathers were Christians. They were all esoteric, demon worshiping Jewish sorcerers. But through Hollywood, now Hollywood is an interesting word because that's the wood the Druids used in Europe to make magic wands and cast spells on people. So through Hollywood, they made you believe what they wanted you to believe, while they control the earth through sorcery and witchcraft. All right? So, how did they get their power? What is the origin of the spirits that they are in league with right now? Let's go into it. We have to go and believe what they wanted you to believe, while they control the earth through sorcery and witchcraft. All right? So, on people. Now, in Hollywood is an interesting word because that's the wood the Druids used in Europe to make magic wands and cast spells on people. You believe what they wanted you to believe, while they control the earth through sorcery and witchcraft. All right? So, how did they get their power? What is the origin of the spirits that they are in league with right now? Let's go into it. We have to go into the beginning. Go to Genesis 6 and 1. Read.
Genesis chapter 6 verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth.
When men began to multiply on the face of the earth, read.
And daughters were born unto them.
These are people having daughters. Go ahead.
That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
So they went and took them wives and did what?
And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years.
Go ahead.
There were giants in the earth in those days.
There were giants in the earth in those days. Giants is Nephilim. There was Nephilim. Where did the Nephilim come from? The Nephilim came from the mixture of the daughters of men with angels, who are called in this chapter the sons of God. Read.
And also after that.
And also after that. It happened after the flood. Read.
When the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
Men of renown, giants, titans. They were like gods on earth. This is the origin of your gods. This is your Greek mythology. There's a movie out called Clash of the Titans. I can show you in the Bible that a judgment was given on their children, that they would fight and kill themselves off through a war. That's your Clash of the Titans. All these animals that you see in these movies were real. Before the flood, the Most High flooded the earth because of the splicing of animals. Because if he didn't stop these new hybrid beings, men would be consumed. Sorcerers that are in the earth today are trying to use legislation and technology to do today like they did during the days of Noah. The mixture of people, DNA, making alternative animals. They're doing the same thing today to kill off the Most High's creation. How do we know that these sons of gods in Genesis 6 are angels? Let's read the book of Job 1 and start
to present themselves before the Most High.
Go ahead.
And Satan came also among them,
And Satan
answered the Most High and said, From going to and fro in the earth,
I was just in the earth to show you every sundown the angels report to the Most High. And at that time, Satan, the fallen angel Lucifer, who turned Satan, was able to go before the throne and report to the Most High. We're the sons of God on the terrestrial plane. The sons of God you read of in Genesis 6 are the what they would call extraterrestrial, coming down to deal with the terrestrial. Okay? Now, let's go to 1 Peter 2 and 4. 2 Peter 2 and 4. Read it.
2 Peter chapter 2 verse 4. For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned,
If the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, what was their sin? Their sin was coming down to the earth, posing as some of these women's husbands too. It tell you that in the book of Jubilees. And sleeping with women and bearing children. Read.
for if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell.
But cast them down to hell. We know that they are in hell. The angels that did this are bound. Go ahead.
And delivered them into chains of
And
darkness.
he delivered them into chains to be reserved unto judgment. So the angels that did this are the fathers of demons. And I'm going to prove that. They are the...
Chapter 1, verse 6.
Read it.
And the angels, which kept not their first estate,
The angels which kept not their first estate was the heavens. That's where they lived. Estate is habitation. Read.
but left their own habitation,
Go ahead.
he hath reserved in everlasting chains.
Now they're in everlasting chain, great day, until after the 1,000-year reign of Christ. Then they'll be judged. That's why it tell you in the book of Corinthians, know ye not that ye shall judge angels? What angels? At the very end, the elect will judge the fallen angels that are still fallen unto this day. Like Enoch judged the fallen angels before the flood. Read 13.
Verse 13.
Go ahead.
Raging waves of the sea, foaming out of their own shame, wandering stars,
They are what?
wandering
Have in your worships, in your Greek mythology, you have your involuntarily worshiping of planets and angels. Listen, what did it have to do with you being a star? A lot of people don't know that rabbis over synagogues are gatekeepers. What they do, they get rid of you that can help you win in this society. That can help you get anything you need while you're in the earth. Luminous agreement you have with your LeBron James and all your different stars. Every one have a Jewish connection. Every last one. And who do the Jews reverence? Their sorcerer. Who is their sorcerer? Their rabbi. Babylon. But I don't want to go too far off track, but I want you to see the significance of how everything ties in. It all ties into the involuntary worshiping of demons. And demons cannot work without an established... And it all links together. Idolatry, sorcery, witchcraft, the destruction of God's people. Finish reading.
Verse 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these,
And Enoch spoke of these. Go ahead.
saying, Behold, the Most High cometh with 10,000s of his saints.
Say that again.
Behold, the Most High cometh with 10,000s of his saints.
The Most High come with 10,000 of his saints. Now notice that it says Enoch prophesied of these things to show you that Jude was reading Enoch. So why is it that we cannot read this passage Jude is quoting in the Bible? Why? Because if you find the information, you will actually expose the spirits that the Catholic... So they don't want you to know that this happened. Because you would be able to identify them as Satan worshipers, idolaters. So they cannot worship in the fallen angels. So they taught in their theologian schools, no, there was no fallen angels. This in Genesis, those are the sons of Cain, or the sons of Seth, sleeping with the daughters of Cain. Lie. It dwindles, it falls. Read it again.
Verse 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these,
So what did Enoch prophesy? 10,000 of his saints, read.
to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds, which they have ungodly committed, in all their hard speeches, which ungodly sinners have spoken against him.
Now I need you to read that same passage in the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch, the first chapter, 1 and 9. Read it.
Enoch, chapter 1, verse 9.
Read it.
And behold, he cometh with 10,000 of his holy ones.
He cometh with 10,000 of his holy ones, 10,000 of his saints, the same as we see in the book of Jude. Read.
To execute judgment upon all.
To execute judgment upon all. This is what Jude was reading. Go ahead.
And to destroy all the ungodly, and to convict all flesh of all the works of their ungodliness,
Go ahead.
which they have ungodly committed, and of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him.
That's the same we see in the book of Jude. All right, so this is what Jude was reading from. Okay? With the book of Enoch, you understand the course of years. You understand future judgment. Enoch was showed everything. And he was used to judge the angels that came down to sleep with women. And he, at this time, he was king and priest. He was so righteous the Most High took him. He was translated into the heavens. But yet, there's no reading material on him in the Bible. Why? The Catholic Church want to hide the gods they are worshiping. Let's go to the book of Enoch, the 6th chapter. Start at the first verse. Read it.
Enoch, chapter 6, verse 1. And it came to pass when the children of men had multiplied that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters.
Read it again.
And it came to pass when the children of men had multiplied that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters.
It was born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. Read.
And the angels, the children of the heaven.
And the angels, the children of the heaven, to show you they're the Most High sons also. Read.
Saw and lusted after them.
They looked down and lusted after the women. See, and that's why it tells us in the book of Corinthians, the 11th chapter, that a woman should keep her head covered because of the angel. I want you to see the significance of how everything ties in. It all ties into the involuntary worshiping of demons. And demons cannot work without an established people pushing their program. And it all links together. Idolatry, sorcery, witchcraft, the destruction of God's people. Finish reading.
Verse 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these.
And Enoch spoke of these. Go ahead.
Saying, Behold, the Most High cometh with 10,000s of his saints.
Say that again.
Behold, the Most High cometh with 10,000s of his saints.
The Most High come with 10,000 of his saints. Now notice that it says Enoch prophesied of these things to show you that Jude was reading Enoch. So why is it that we cannot read this passage Jude is quoting in the Bible? Why? Because if you find the information, you will actually expose the spirits that the Catholic Church is worshiping. So they don't want you to know that this happened, because you would be able to identify them as Satan worshipers, idolaters. So they could not give you the information of Enoch. Why? Because they're worshiping the fallen angels. So they taught in their theologian schools, no, there was no fallen angels. This in Genesis, those are the sons of Cain, or the sons of Seth, sleeping with the daughters of Cain. Lie. They are hiding the gods they are worshiping. Why? Because if they fear that if this information get out, the people will stop worshiping their gods. Your worship give their gods power. Your worships and prayers to their gods, even in ignorance, fuel this empire. So when we bring our prayers back to the Father, their empire dwindles, it falls. Read it again.
Verse 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these.
So what did Enoch prophesy?
Saying, Behold, the Most High cometh with 10,000s of his saints.
The Most High cometh with 10,000 of his saints. Read.
To execute judgment upon all.
To execute judgment upon all. Go ahead.
and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds, which they have ungodly committed, and all their hard speeches, which ungodly sinners have spoken against him.
Now I need you to read that same passage in the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch, the first chapter, 1 and 9. Read it.
Enoch, chapter 1, verse 9.
Read it.
And behold, he cometh with 10,000 of his holy ones.
He cometh with 10,000 of his holy ones, 10,000 of his saints, the same as we see in the book of Jude. Read.
To execute judgment upon all.
To execute judgment upon all. This is what Jude was reading. Go ahead.
And to destroy all the ungodly, and to convict all flesh of all the works of their ungodliness,
Go ahead.
which they have ungodly committed, and of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him.
That's the same we see in the book of Jude. All right, so this is what Jude was reading from. Okay? With the book of Enoch, you understand the course of years. You understand future judgment. Enoch was showed everything. And he was used to judge the angels that came down to sleep with women. And he, at this time, he was king and priest. He was so righteous the Most High took him. He was translated into the heavens. But yet, there's no reading material on him in the Bible. Why? The Catholic Church want to hide the gods they are worshiping. Let's go to the book of Enoch, the 6th chapter. Start at the first verse. Read it.
Enoch, chapter 6, verse 1. And it came to pass when the children of men had multiplied that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters.
Read it again.
And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters.
It was born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. Read.
And the angels, the children of the heaven,
And the angels, the children of the heaven, to show you they're the Most High sons also. Read.
saw and lusted after them.
They looked down and lusted after the women. See, and that's why it tells us in the book of Corinthians, the 11th chapter, that a woman should keep her head covered because of the angel. Why? Because the angels were enticed before the flood and sin came into the earth. Same exact thing. We're in the book of Enoch 6 and 1. Read.
And the angels, the children of the heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men,
Let us choose us wives from among the children of men. Read.
and beget us children.
And let's make children. Read.
And Sanjaza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear you will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said, Let us all swear an oath, and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecations,
So these angels made an oath. Read.
not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing.
Go ahead.
Then swear all they together, and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it.
So they agreed. Go ahead.
And they were in all 200, who descended in those days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon.
So you had 200 angels come down on the summit of Mount Hermon, whom in Greek mythology it's called Mount Olympus. You notice in your movies, Paramount, you have stars coming down through the sky, down around a mountain on your Hollywood screens, to show you the angels or the stars that are being worshipped through Hollywood. These are the stars that the Jewish powers are worshiping, or the gods they're worshiping. Now, they bear Nephilim. It's going to show you. Read.
Who ascended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon,
Go ahead.
and they called it Mount Hermon,
And they call it Mount Hermon. Go ahead.
because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it.
Go ahead.
And these are the names of their leaders.
This, I don't even want to go into their leaders. Let's go into the children they had. Let's go down to when the Most High called Enoch up to the throne after he was translated. Now, this is how it was. Enoch at one point used to come out every day and teach. And then he started coming out once a week. Then once a month. After that, once a year. Then he was then once every 5 years. Then they barely seen him. And then he was gone altogether. He was translated before the Father. All right? Let's get the judgment of the fallen angels. Let's start at 12:1.
Enoch, chapter 12, verse 1. Before these things Enoch was hidden, and no one of the children of men knew where he was hidden.
So they looked up and they didn't know where he was. Talking about Enoch. It tell you in the Bible that Enoch was translated. He was taken. He didn't die. The Most High took him into the heavens for this specific purpose. Read.
And no one of the children of men knew where he was hidden, and where he abode, and what had become of him. And his activities had to do with the watchers.
And his activities had to do with the watchers. Who are your watchers? Your watchers are the angels that were supposed to watch men and report back to the Most High. And you notice they have satellites, the same number of satellites around the earth today, which are called digital angels. These fallen angels, their children, have given technology to man to actually put watchers back out in space through electronics to do the same courses they did around the earth before they fell. Digital angels are satellites. Read.
And his activities had to do with the watchers.
And his activity had to do with the watchers. Go ahead.
And his days were with the holy ones.
And his days were with the holy ones. He was up where the Father is with the heavenly realm, with the angels. Go ahead.
And I, Enoch, was blessing the Most High of Majesty, and the King of the ages. And lo, the watchers called me, Enoch the scribe, and said to me, Enoch, thou scribe of righteousness, go declare to the watchers of the heaven who have left the high heaven, the holy eternal place.
So he said, I need you to go and declare to these angels. Read.
And have defiled themselves with women.
Now mind you, when Enoch went to speak to them, they have already defiled the earth. The blood of men was crying out to the Most High. The angels heard it. So the Most High said, listen, go get Enoch. Enoch was translated, and now the Most High is telling Enoch what he's to do based on this sin in the earth that will eventually destroy mankind. Read.
And have done as the children of earth do, and have taken unto themselves wives.
They took unto themselves wives. Go ahead.
Ye have wrought great destruction on the earth, and ye shall have no peace, nor forgiveness of sin. And inasmuch as they delight themselves in their children, the murder of their beloved ones shall they see. And over the destruction of their children shall they lament, and shall make supplication unto eternity. But mercy and peace ye shall not attain. And Enoch went out and said, Azazel, thou shalt have no peace.
He told Azazel, thou shalt have no peace. Read.
A severe sentence has gone forth against thee to put thee in bonds, and thou shalt not have toleration, nor request granted to thee, because of the unrighteousness which thou hast taught.
Go ahead.
And because of all the works of godlessness and unrighteousness and sin which thou hast shown to men.
Go ahead.
Then I went and spoke to them all together, and they were all afraid, and fear and trembling seized them. And they besought me to draw up a petition for them, that they might find forgiveness.
So they wanted Enoch to go plead the cause for them before the Most High, asking the Most High to forgive them and allow them entrance back into the heavenly realm. Read.
And they besought me to draw up a petition for them, that they might find forgiveness, and to read their petition in the presence of the Lord of heaven.
Go ahead.
And from thenceforward they could not speak with him, nor lift up their eyes to the heaven for shame of their sins, for they had been condemned. Then I wrote out their petition in prayer in regard to their spirits and their deeds individually.
I need you to go straight to the judgment before the Most High.
Enoch, chapter 15, verse 1. And he answered and said to me, and I heard his voice, Fear not, Enoch, thou righteous man and scribe of righteousness. Approach hither and hear my voice.
So the Most High, Ahiah, told him to go before the throne and hear his voice. Read.
And go say to the watchers of heaven, who have sent thee to intercede for them.
Go ahead.
Ye should intercede for men, and not men for you.
He said, you should intercede for men, not men for you. So angels are sending petitions to the Most High, when the Most High sent the angels to speak for him to mankind. I'm in Enoch 15, read.
Wherefore have ye left the high, holy, and eternal heaven,
Go ahead.
and lain with women,
And you lain with women, go ahead.
and defiled yourselves with the daughters of men,
And you defiled yourselves with the daughters of men. Go ahead.
and taken to yourselves wives,
And you taken to yourselves wives, go ahead.
and done like the children of earth,
And you're operating like the children of earth. Read.
and begotten giants as your sons.
And that's why you have these inordinate skulls that are found in different burial grounds. These Nephilim had inordinate sized bodies. They had long arms, long legs, big heads. But they try to write that off through science, saying that these were Neanderthals, or, this happened 100 billion years ago, to hide their worships. Read.
And though ye were holy, spiritual, living the eternal life, ye have defiled yourselves with the blood of women,
Go ahead.
and have begotten children with the blood of flesh, and as the children of men have lusted after flesh and blood, as those also who die and perish.
Go ahead.
Therefore have I given them wives also, that they might impregnate them, and beget children by them, and thus nothing might be wanting to them on earth. But you were formerly spiritual, living the eternal life,
Go ahead.
and immortal for all generations of the world.
Go ahead.
And therefore I have not appointed wives for you,
Go ahead.
and heaven is their dwelling. And now the giants who are produced from the spirits and flesh shall be called evil spirits upon the earth.
They shall be called what?
Shall be called evil spirits upon the earth.
They shall be called evil spirits upon the earth. So the children of the giants became the demons. That's your origin of demons in the earth. The Nephilim, once they died before the flood, there was no place in the heavenly realm or the bottom of the earth for them, so they had to dwell within the earth. Let's see some of the attributes of these spirits. Read.
Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies,
Go ahead.
because they were born from men,
Because they were born from men. Go ahead.
and from the holy watchers
And from the holy watchers.
is their beginning and primal origin.
That's their origin. That's where they began. Read.
And heaven shall be their dwelling. They shall be spirits on the earth, and evil spirits shall they be called. As for the spirits of heaven, and heaven shall be their dwelling.
Go ahead.
But as for the spirits of the earth, which were born upon the earth, on earth shall be their dwelling. And the spirits of the giants afflict.
They afflict. So here's the spirit of these demons. Afflict. Go ahead.
Oppress.
They oppress people. What else they do?
Destroy.
They destroy people. What else they do?
Attack.
They attack. So when all these things are happening, there's a spirit involved. And see, in Christ told us in Matthew the 5th chapter how to combat this. You cannot react when something is being done to you. Because if you react to them, that opens the door for them to come into you. So Christ says, okay, turn the other cheek. Don't do this. When someone is agitating you, you can't react to their flesh because it's a spirit. The spirit will gain entrance and jump in. All right? They attack, they do battle. What else they do?
Do battle and work destruction on the earth.
And they work destruction on the earth. Go ahead.
And cause trouble.
And they cause trouble. Go ahead.
They take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst.
They take no food, but nonetheless hunger and thirst. So that's the power of fasting. When you fast and deprive yourself of food and water, the spirits cannot utilize your body. So they find someone else they can utilize. And notice they have promoted a system that make most people gluttonous, so that these spirits can inhabit and live within you because they hunger. They will try